Nama Narayan, courageous yogis. In this discussion, I want to share with you how to deal with the different obstacles to Yoga Nidra. Obstacles such as falling asleep, as well as experiencing any nervous tension, anxiety, or the release of repressed samskaras, for example. So let's quickly define that term. A samskara is an impression in the psyche. It's the impression of an experience that you experienced through the five senses. So first comes an experience, and this experience leaves an impression on you in the form of a desire. Either you like it or you dislike it. When we are in the mode of identifying with being the body and the mind, and we are projecting ourselves out onto the world of the senses, then we are relating to the world in this way, where we either say that we like it or I dislike it. And in this way, we carry the impressions of our experiences within the psyche, and these impressions are called samskaras. And there's so many there that we might not even know that we still have, that are still there. So first of all, we have to understand what happens during Yoga Nidra and why negative experiences can come and sometimes do come, and why they should be welcomed, actually. When you have the right attitude, then it won't overwhelm you. It will be a liberating experience for you. You'll be able to get certain repressed memories out of your psyche, and there have a liberation of the energy that was trapped in keeping those samskaras repressed. So what happens is, in Yoga Nidra, we start to relax much deeper than perhaps ever before. Because by remaining awake and aware through relaxation exercises, your awareness can guide you into deeper states of relaxation. A lot of times we equate relaxation with becoming unaware or unconscious or asleep, but in fact, there's a correlation between a lack of awareness and tension and awareness and relaxation. So as we start to relax, we release a lot of that trapped nervous energy. Because every traumatic experience, every negative memory that we still carry with us, we literally are clenching that memory on some level of the neuromuscular system. On some level, we are actually physically holding these emotions, these memories, these thought forms. And when you start to relax for perhaps the first time ever that deeply, then it also results in liberating that trapped nervous energy. Because from awareness comes expansiveness. From expansiveness comes relaxation. And now you are releasing, and that trapped nervous energy starts to come up to the surface. So we experience it. Thing is that we need to experience it, or else it just stays trapped inside of us and influencing our behavior subconsciously, as well as creating this certain level of dissonance and tension that's beyond our conscious awareness. So what's correct in the beginning is actually sleep. And the first state of Yoga Nidra is actually sleep. This correlates to your physical body. We're on that surface level, the stula sharir. We're on the physical, manifest level. And on that level, we have to first achieve deep, full, complete physical relaxation. And so when there is this liberation of energy now from the released nervous tensions, it can be experienced as anxiety, nervous tension of various forms. And as long as we can remember to practice sakshibav. Sakshibav is an important attitude. It's not only a yogic practice, but sakshibav is an attitude that you can have anytime and even all the time. It's the attitude of being a witness, of not identifying with what you're experiencing, not trying to project your identity onto the objects of the senses, the thoughts and the emotions, realizing that all these things, they are the outer parts of who we are. They are the manifest parts of who we are. Therefore, they are subject to change. They are impermanent. Therefore, not self. So when we can dissociate from what we're experiencing, not trying to derive personal meaning from that. They're not my thoughts, my emotions. They're just thoughts, they're just emotions. They come from my past experiences. They don't say anything about who I am as a person. I don't take them personally. And therefore, when something manifests from within me, I dissociate from it, realize it's not self, and observe it. Allow it to play out. Don't repress it. Don't indulge in it. Just witness it. Just identify that thought. Don't identify with it. And allow that energy to express itself. When we can do this, when we can truly face whatever is within us, because all these things are within you. If you notice you have anxiety after doing Yoga Nidra, or if you notice that you have even bad dreams after doing Yoga Nidra, which happens at times, you can know that this is purging those negative qualities from within you. Everything is within you. These relaxation techniques, which is really all as Yoga Nidra is. Yoga Nidra is a profound Tantric approach to relaxation, where we're constantly moving the awareness instead of trying to force the mind to sit still and become one-pointed. We ask the mind to keep on moving. We work with the mind. We work with the forces of nature in Tantra. And we ask the mind to move around the body, then move with the breath, then move with the visualization sequence. And eventually, the mind says, no, thank you. I don't want to get up and run again, like you've been asking me. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to sit still and be silent and enjoy peace. And that's what we were going for to begin with. But when we ask the mind to sit still and we ask the mind to be quiet, then the mind says, no, I want to run. So Yoga Nidra is just a relaxation technique that is going to start first liberating trapped emotional energies. And depending on what you have carried within your heart, that relaxation now starts to go deeper and deeper from the physical level to the subconscious level. We start to release and purge and purify. So for those of you who might be experiencing anything unpleasant during Yoga Nidra, know that this too is subject to change. This too is impermanent. This too is not self. And when we can have a chance to get any negative things within us out, it's a blessing. It's an opportunity to be able to lighten the load a little bit. And if you continue to practice Yoga Nidra, you will notice that you're starting to enjoy life a little bit more. You're starting to enjoy being you. You're starting to feel more comfortable in your own skin. You're starting to just enjoy each day, each hour, each breath a little more, because you're releasing those tensions and those incongruencies from deep within you that's influencing your behavior subconsciously and cutting you off from experiencing your fullest potential. So in the beginning, what's correct at that state is to fall asleep. Sleep is a safety mechanism so that when you are feeling too much consciousness, which is why it's a barrier in meditation, or if you're feeling too much anxiety or too much energy in general, the mind's response is to go asleep, and it's as a safety mechanism. So if you do fall asleep a lot during Yoga Nidra, stay with the practice. know that this is your mind's natural way of protecting you, because otherwise it's overwhelming. When we first start to relax so deeply and you're now releasing these nervous tensions from within you, it's easier on you if you do fall asleep. And when you start to now sleep deeper than normal, because you relaxed deeper first, that's important. To the extent to which we relax first, that's how deep you're now going to sleep, which is why it's so good to do yoga nidra before falling asleep. You'll get deeper sleep, which means more rejuvenative sleep. You're releasing so much tension on deeper levels, so you're going to wake up feeling more refreshed, with more awareness, more consciousness available to you. And now when you do yoga nidra, you can stay awake and alert a little bit longer. As you slowly start progressing into deeper and deeper states of relaxation, and we have to release the nervous tension on each of those levels of our being. This is a process that happens slowly, gradually, so be gentle with yourself. If you feel like you need to sleep, let yourself sleep. Ideally, try to stay awake if you can. If you just need yoga nidra for sleep, well enough. Continue to use yoga nidra just for sleep. But if you're trying to use yoga nidra as more of a yogic practice, then yes, the objective is to remain awake. The objective is to remain perfectly still and to listen to each of the instructions. But there will be gaps in awareness where you're not really listening. There will be times when you just have to move the body. There will be times when you fall asleep. And that's okay. It's to be expected. You're going through a purification process. That's what's important to remember. And it will result in more relaxation, more joy, more serenity, more tranquility in your daily life, not just when you're meditating. So in the beginning, see this as a way of purging and releasing nervous tension. Gradually, however, yoga nidra will become more and more rewarding and will allow you to feel deeper and deeper states of relaxation immediately while you're practicing and directly thereafter. But in the beginning, most of us have so much that's trapped just beneath the surface of our being that you might not even be fully aware of and are carrying within you. There's all this baggage that's cluttering your heart. And yoga nidra is one such method for releasing. So what's really most useful for you to know during this time is practice sakshibav, dissociate from what you're experiencing, be a witness to what you're experiencing. Don't think in terms of my thoughts, my feelings. They're just thoughts, they're just feelings. Have the courage to face whatever comes up within you. And when you can not only have that courage, but then dissociate from it, separate yourself from it so you're not identifying with it. You're not caught up in it from the first person dialogue of, oh, me, my, mine. You're just observing it. There are these thoughts, there are these emotions, there is this energy, there is this experience, there is this feeling that is currently manifesting. Just remain aware of it. It's not the real you. This too is subject to change, impermanent, not self. And so continue going with the shorter sessions first, starting off with yoga nidra sessions around 20 minutes or so. And when you can stay fully awake, still, and listening to every instruction for an entire session, then find a slightly longer session and keep continuing from there, extending the duration for which you can go into deeper and deeper states of relaxation. Those are the two main components of yoga nidra: awareness and relaxation. We are deepening our relaxation and heightening our awareness. And it is the heightened awareness that allows for relaxation to go deeper. For those of you who are Yoga Nidra teachers, we write this into our scripts by any time that we are dealing with something that is on the outer manifest part of who we are, the body, the senses, the emotions, the mind. Whenever we're talking about anything related to those things, you can remind your students to disidentify from these. You have a body, but you are not your body. The body is subject to change, impermanent, therefore not self. Such instructions as those, or such instructions as continue to remain a witness to all that you're experiencing on the level of the body, or senses, or emotions, or thoughts. Remember, you are not these thoughts. You are not these emotions. You are not these sensations. These kinds of commands can help your listeners to be able to go deeper into relaxation and to dissociate from any unpleasant experiences that come up during the course of a Yoga Nidra session. Reminding them to dissociate from the outer parts of who they are. We can't tell people who they are. You can't say, oh, you are this or you are that. The most that we can do is help people to develop that discernment, to help people to start to separate out that which they're not. Helping them to understand there's been a part of you that's always been you, that seamless inner experiencer has always been you, even though everything you experience is subject to change, impermanent, therefore not self. And like this, we start to separate everything out. So no matter what manifests on the surface level of our being, you can dissociate from it, disidentify with it. Remember, it's not you, not self, but still remain aware of it. Don't ignore it. Don't neglect it. Don't try to suppress it. Remain fully aware of that. Identify what that is. Is it a thought? Is it a desire? Is it an emotion? Is it nervous energy? Is it some impression coming up from your psyche, which could be anything? Doesn't even matter what the actual source of the memory or the samskara is. We don't need to overly analyze things. Just face it. Just allow that energy to express itself and manifest without suppressing it. And then it will diffuse the prana, which is at the source of that emotional energy. And that prana, instead of repressing that memory, that prana is now free to bring about healing, restoration, rejuvenation, as well as to nurture the expansion of awareness, to fuel your consciousness so you now have more awareness. Every time that we let a repressed samskara express itself and diffuse the emotional energy that's there, you're getting more energy as a result. And you'll notice you have so much more energy to be present, to be wakeful, to be alert, to be in this present moment and enjoy each moment of your life more. So if this is interesting to you, I encourage you to join me for the Yoga Nidra Teachers Training that is coming up in October. About every 5 weeks, there's a new Yoga Nidra Teachers Training course, and I encourage you to join me. It'll be wonderful to be able to meet you in person, at least, virtual. And I deeply look forward to that opportunity to interact with you and to explore this vast topic of Yoga Nidra together in a practical and theoretical way in which you can now start writing your own scripts. And I make sure you have plenty of assignments and homework so that you will be writing your own scripts. And you'll be able to start designing and enjoying your own Yoga Nidra sessions your way. And start to attract your own following and reach out to those other people who you can help so much right now through Yoga Nidra. It's always such a divine honor to have your support, your encouragement, and your full, heartful participation. With great love and respect, I thank you all with all my heart. See you soon. Hari Om.